lot of people don't understand that abuse is a learned behavior, and it's certain situations that foster abuse, and then it's certain situations that can cure it and prevent it. So when you think about this, wherever something is reinforced, wherever something is not called out, wherever something is not checked, wherever something is not recognized, it has the ability to fester, and grow. And so what a lot of people don't understand about abuse is that an abuser, male or female, can be with one person, and that person's demeanor, that person's mindset, that person's belief system, that person's actions or inactions can foster and encourage, support, reinforce the abuse. And then that same abuser can go into a different situation, into a different environment, be with a different person who snuffs out the warning signs and checks the warning signs, calls them out, makes it known that this will not be tolerated, that will not be tolerated, and now the abuser cannot get in position. So what you have to understand, and I want you to think about this, if you've ever been with an abuser, you did not, 99.9% of the time, there's always going to be sometimes exception to the rules, but you did not get abused on, like, physically in the first week. You may have gotten controlled verbally in the first week. You may have gotten control with your time or something in the first week, but you kind of were like, what is this little attitude? What is this little controlling behavior? What is this little quirk that this person has? So what you have to understand is that's where it's the key is when you start to study abusers, whether it's emotional, verbal, physical, when you start to study and you start to look back into the history of the relationships, you start to see the precursors. And then in this, you start to be able to see, oh, okay, this is how it showed up. With this particular person, they hid it with me, but they showed it with their mom. They showed it with their sibling. They showed it with the customer service rep on the phone. They showed it with the waitress in the restaurant. They showed it with their comments about other races or other sexual orientation. That's where they showed that dark side. But because nothing was directed at me, I didn't adhere to it. I didn't catch on. I was like, well, okay, maybe they're just in a bad mood. Maybe they just, and then with the next abuser, it may be, you can't go here. You can't do this. You can't talk to this person. And because it's not physical, because there's no curse words, because there's no yelling, you may overlook it. So what you have to realize, I remember when I went on Oprah, and I'm sitting on Oprah telling my story when I was in a toxic relationship, and there was another guy who he had not been reformed. He had not changed his life. I had changed my life. So the guy he was talking, his wife was talking, and she was like, everything was good, like everything was perfect. Well, she probably didn't understand the red flags, but she was like, he never put hands on me until we got married. She said, as soon as we got married, on the honeymoon, he choked me. I think she said it was on the honeymoon or right after the honeymoon. She said he choked her till she passed out. So he had played the role. Now I guarantee you it was some temper tantrums that he took out on the steering wheel in traffic. Or it was some times that maybe he cursed at her. But in her mind, she only registered abuse as physical. And then that same man, how me and Oprah, how we knew he had not changed his life is after the show, we went into this bonus show that was only for the website, Oprah.com. And he was like, you know, women want to be equal, and women want to be equal. They want to have the same jobs as a man. They want to have the same pay as a man until it comes time to fighting. But then when we want to put hands on them, now all of a sudden we're not equal. But you want to be equal in the work. And Oprah's like, whoa, hold on now. I was like, whoa. I said, ma'am, you in danger. Because see, I was on there telling a story about being in a toxic relationship when I was 19 years old. That relationship ended when I was 19 or 20. That relationship ended when I was 21, when I met my wife. At this time, when I'm on Oprah, I'm 25. So I had written What Daddy Never Told His Little Girl, the book, What Daddy Never Told His Little Girl. That was my first book. And I had wrote a book called Reclaiming Our Youth, talking about getting the kids back, like getting the young people, taking them back from the adversary. So I had wrote 2 books, and I was 25 years old, and I had changed my life. So this was 2009. The last situation that me and my wife had was in 2007 when I went back to the streets to sell drugs. Uh-oh, wife calling me. Got to go. Hey, God bless y'all. We'll talk soon.